So another question that we got from YouTube by EasyVH. Hi, I actually do have enough time to visit both Milford Sound and Doubtful Sound, but money-wise, I'm not sure if I should visit both. What do you recommend? So, Milford Sound and Doubtful Sound, which one? Both? What do I do? That is a question that we get so often, so it's time to address it. But before we even start answering the question, in the comment below, in the description below, we're gonna put the videos of both. We've done Milford Sound under the rain, which was amazing, and we done Doubtful Sound under amazing weather, and that was beautiful. So make sure to check those two videos so you can make a decision. But Laura, start answering the question. Which one should you do, or should you do both?
Well, let's start off with Milford Sound. Milford Sound is by far the most popular one to get to, and that's because it is the most accessible one. There's actually a road that goes all the way to the wharf where you can get your cruises and your kayaking trips straight from Milford Sound. Also, there's a whole variety of options when you get to Milford Sound. There's several different cruises. Like I said, you can do kayaking. You can even do scuba diving and scenic flights, for instance. So there's actually a lot of stuff to go and do over at Milford Sound. Or even if you don't want to spend anything, there's a couple of short walks to do as well. So yeah, if you're on a limited budget, maybe if you're on limited time, maybe you would want to choose Milford Sound. It's absolutely stunning and beautiful, and you're bound to have a blast there. But on the other hand, there is Doubtful Sound, which is not as accessible to get to. The whole journey to get to Doubtful Sound involves going to a lake, which is near Te Anau.
What's the name of the lake?
Lake, is it Manapuri? yeah, Lake Manapuri. So yeah, and from there you have to take a boat trip across the lake. Then when you get to the other side of the lake, you go on a nice long bus journey through Fiordland National Park on the most isolated road in New Zealand, which is really awesome. And then eventually you'll get to Doubtful Sound, where you get to enjoy a nice cruise through Doubtful Sound, so
it's bus, boat,
yeah,
and then after back way, bus, boat.
Yeah, something like that. And also on top of that, Doubtful Sound is actually I think it's like 3 times longer than Milford Sound, so you're actually out on the water for a lot longer as well. But on top of that, there's only one company, I think, that can take you to Doubtful Sound. Or no, maybe there's a few.
Real Journeys and Go, and
yeah,
there's 2 companies.
Yeah, so there's 2 companies that can take you to Doubtful Sound, and it is a full day trip. It'll take about 8 hours to do the whole thing. And on top of that, it is more expensive than any cruise that you will pay for in Milford Sound. But on the other hand, if you want to, if you actually want to treat yourself to a whole day of like a much more quieter place, like obviously Doubtful Sound is lesser known, so there's less tourists there. Yeah, so maybe you would want to actually spend that little bit more to go and have that experience. Yeah, any
you
thoughts?
asked my personal choice. Honestly, I'm going to give you my personal choice right here. Like Laura described everything very well. Again, we've got 2 videos. You can watch them and see what is your dig. But honestly, my personal choice, hands down, I'm going to Doubtful Sound. It's a little bit more expensive, yes, but I think just the whole adventure is so cool, and it encompasses so much. There's just so much there. And on top of it, well, it just saves you the 6-hour drive going down to Milford Sound and going back up. So I personally prefer that you just make your way to Te Anau, which usually it's on most people anyway, drive.
Route, yeah.
Yeah, so it's on the route. You just stop there, you go to the office, and I think it's a really awesome day out. So I will personally go for that. But that's my personal choice, and that's always hard. Like we always try to not to give too much of our personal choice, because we don't want to influence you with what we like. But I feel like this question was very much calling for pick one or the other for me. But one thing that I want to say though, before Laura starts again nerding about all those amazing places, I really would like to stress that I don't think you should be doing both. They are both rather expensive activities. If you do the Doubtful Sound, well, it's pretty expensive. And if you do Milford Sound, well, it's just, the gas that you're going to spend to go all the way down there, plus the cruise, which is going to be around $100, well, equivalent to, similar prices. So I will not do both because they are rather similar. I will pick one or the other.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, perfect.
That's what I was dying to say. That's why I was looking at your eyes like, I want to say that.
Sorry. All right, cool. So I hope that answered your question. Easy. If you do have any extra questions, post them in the comment below. Just come and say hi, and we'll cover them for you.